Hey there, Johnny Loretti here, owner of Back Bay Fit. I'm an online coach and health consultant. I want to welcome you back to our nutrition course here. We're talking about eliminating and burning fat and the most efficient ways to do that. This will be week 6, and here we'll be discussing the elusive topic of managing hunger and food cravings. Hunger and cravings can be a significant challenge when it comes to maintaining a healthy eating plan and achieving your fat loss goals. Understanding the underlying causes of hunger and cravings, as well as developing effective strategies to manage them, is going to be essential for your long-term success. Throughout this module, we will explore the science behind hunger and cravings and dive into the psychological and physiological factors that influence them. We're also going to provide some practical techniques to help you control your appetite, manage your cravings, and develop a healthier relationship with food. So go ahead and get ready to gain some insights and tools to empower you to overcome the obstacles of hunger and food cravings and allowing you to stay on track with your fat loss journey. And with that, we're going to be diving into our first section, which is understanding triggers and cues. One of the first steps into effectively managing hunger and cravings is understanding the triggers and cues that contribute to their onset. Triggers can be external or internal factors that stimulate the desire to eat, while cues are the signals that prompt us to engage in that behavior. This can be for eating or any other behavior. By becoming aware of these triggers and cues, you can develop strategies to mitigate their impact and to make more intentional and conscious choices. External triggers may include environmental cues such as the sight or smell of food, social situations, or even specific locations that are associated with making certain food choices. Emotional states such as stress or boredom can also act as triggers, which are going to lead to impulsive eating. And internal triggers may be related to physiological factors such as low blood sugar levels, hormonal influences, or inadequate sleep, which is going to make the desire for food and your ability to regulate your blood sugar and insulin levels much more impacted. By identifying your personal triggers and cues, you can begin to distinguish between true hunger and other non-physical factors that drive your desire to eat. To better understand your triggers and cues, one suggestion is to keep a journal or use a food tracking app to record your not only your food, but your eating patterns and other environmental factors. An example entry could look like logging the food, obviously, and then you'd also want to state, before I ate this thing, I was feeling this way, to potentially identifying any triggers or cues to eat. And then it'd also be helpful to identify how you feel after you eat a certain food. If you feel kind of crummy after you eat something, potentially you should consider not eating that particular food. So reflecting these observations can help you identifying patterns and connections between certain triggers or cues and your eating behaviors. By developing awareness of your triggers and cues, you can proactively implement certain strategies to manage these triggers and cues and to make more mindful choices, ultimately supporting your fat loss goals in this particular situation. Our next section in this module is going to be talking about real strategies for controlling appetite and managing cravings. Controlling appetite and managing cravings are key components to successful fat loss and long-term health. By implementing effective strategies, you can develop a greater sense of control over your food choices and make better progress towards whatever your goals may be. One strategy, which is a big one, is to focus on consuming nutrient-dense foods that support satiety. Nutrient-dense in terms of vitamins, minerals, the proper macros, as opposed to calorically dense foods, which is a slightly different concept, although they are similar. Prioritizing eating a high protein, high fiber meal will lead to greater feelings of feeling full. Incorporating ample servings of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, if you're eating them, and lean proteins into your meals and snacks will help you feel fuller for longer periods of time, and it's going to help reduce the likelihood of experiencing intense cravings. Even certain tips such as eating your protein first when it's on your plate before you eat starchy vegetables is going to lead to better regulation of blood sugar, which would thereby potentially decrease hunger later on after that meal. And another effective strategy is going to be making sure that you're adequately hydrated to prevent dehydration-induced hunger and other signals. Another valuable strategy is to find alternate activities or coping mechanisms for dealing with an emotional or stress-related craving. Engaging in physical activity, whether it be going outside for a walk, doing some jumping jacks or push-ups, practicing relaxation techniques such as breath work, or pursuing engaging in a hobby for a brief period of time can help redirect your focus and away from food or whatever else may be triggered by a cue or a cue or a trigger. And then you could move on with more intentional choices. Additionally, identifying and addressing the underlying emotional factors which are contributing to your cravings is obviously going to be a long-term solution towards desired behavior change. And our final section in this module is going to be mindful eating and portion awareness techniques. So mindful eating techniques can also aid in appetite control and cravings. Paying attention to the sensory aspects of eating, such as the taste, texture, and aroma of your foods, can enhance your satisfaction and reduce the desire for additional servings. This is simply just being present when you're eating. You're going to experience it. You're gonna have a more fulfilling experience. Eating slow, sitting down, savoring each bite, and practicing portion awareness can prevent overeating and improve your overall enjoyment in regards to food. Implementing simple tactics such as tactics and rules and boundaries around eating, such as only eating in a certain spot in your home, such as the dinner table, and making rules around not eating food at your desk or at work or standing up can greatly help with mindfulness and adherence to whatever style of eating that you're engaging in. Portion awareness, of course, is going to be crucial in maintaining a balanced diet for fat loss. Many people struggle with portion sizes, often underestimating the amount of food they consume. Using visual cues and measuring tools such as portion control plates, certain smaller plates help with this. They also make special plates for designing your meals. Obviously, food scales could help develop a better understanding of appropriate portion sizes. Food scales, measuring cups, things like that. Another helpful strategy that we could look into is simply just taking pictures of our food. That also helps add to that layer of mindfulness. So that concludes this module. This is our 6th module out of 12. So we're halfway done with the course. Next week we're going to be talking about diving into further details into effective food tracking and journaling.